This is Dick Bird, playing PowerSurge here. This is from last night. And player Jaffo B requested that I do one of PowerSurge here because he really likes this level, is what he's been telling us. And asked me at the beginning of this match if I would record it and put it up on YouTube. And I said, well, yeah, if you win it for us, I'll do that, sure. And of course, I had to qualify that a little bit. I said, of course, you have to win it, you know, with feeling. I mean, I want a spirited performance here. And, well, I sort of got that, I felt like. Although it started out really badly. I was a little bit distracted by that conversation and drove the wrong way. Ended up down in that ditch where the nuke usually spawns at, and then totally flubbed the attack on that bender there. And found myself over here by our tank node. Decided I better escort the tank down here since it looked like we were on our way to losing. In the meantime, while I'd been fumbling around like this, Blue had taken our prime. And so our first thing, once we got our shit together, was to start to try to take that back and maybe try to beat Blue off a little bit here and keep them from taking it away from us once more. And I believe Blue is also controlling the power node at this point. The power node on this map, it's one of these nodes where they hold it for 60 seconds and then it does like 20 points of damage on our core, which I believe they will hold it to completion once or twice during this match. They've already done it once. So my big plan here was, I did have a plan for this match, and that was that at some point I wanted to get into a paladin. Because, you know, it's the great thing I found about this match is that it does have the paladin does have a role to play on this map. I feel like on some maps, paladin hasn't generally been, I found, a real popular vehicle, and a lot of people just don't like it. It is a little bit weird. Its main feature is that big energy shield that it has, and the primary firing gun seems a little underpowered, and the rate of fire is pretty low, and I guess understandably people don't think much of that. So, but if you can get in a position where you can use it defensively, you can do a lot of good with it. And on this map, yeah, you can do that pretty much. Anyway, here we're just fighting over the power node. And hoping that somebody makes some progress with the primes back there, and it looks like they're not doing too badly. It looks like we did complete the power node on this deal, so I just had to recharge it up and then throw myself on the enemy orb, and that's the end of that little adventure. Turning a little bit to the worse here because our prime is under attack and nobody's attacking enemy prime. And I find myself defending our prime here. I don't know if I got a little bit of help there. And here I'm going to get our paladin. So there we are. Now I've got the paladin. This is what I've been dreaming of. Would have been nice to have it to defend the prime with, but thankfully that's unnecessary anyway. And here's what you do with the paladin, is you basically, you know, defend a point with it. In this case, it's the enemy orb which is sitting there. I don't want them getting it back, and they've got some mana circling around, but all you got to do is keep your shield up. And if anyone gets behind your shield, you just trigger the primary fire, and it'll give you a nice big wide range of destruction all around you, killing anyone around you or behind the shield. So yeah, that's the thing about the paladin, is it's not really meant for killing shit out there. It's more for killing stuff around you. And so the great thing to do about it on this map is to drive it right here, right up on top of this node, just like this. And of course, what the enemy's going to want to do is he's going to run up there with that orb and get up on that cliff and jump right down on that node and take it back from you. And if you keep your eyes open, you can stop him from doing it, which is what I did just there. Got a player named Boner X. He's going to complain about that. He feels that some sort of rule has been broken because I've got the Paladin parked right there on top of the node, and in fact, and used it to stop him from taking his team's node back, and he feels cheated by that. Feels, I think he made a comment, something about to the effect that I was an asswipe for doing that, and that it was a really cheap thing to do. And yeah, people don't appreciate sometimes when you kill them that way and then win the game. They kind of feel like if it ends with you winning the game, then something must have been done wrong, you know. Well, that's showbiz. What can I say? There's a lot of things. There's a lot of weird little tactics and shit. Sometimes there's debates about whether something is an exploit or not. I tend to have I guess you could say a liberal view of that sort of thing. There's not too many things that I think are outre, but parking a vehicle on a node, to me, that's just defense. You know, there's nothing out of line about that. I mean, that's what they're for, you know. The Paladin especially, it's definitely not an offensive vehicle.
Attack the mine node.
And it's more or less the same thing I'm doing here. I'm doing the same thing with the tank here. It's just that with the tank, it's more of an offensive weapon, and if you're going to use it in this kind of a role, you have to stand off a little bit and get in a position where you can fire on stuff, especially before it gets close to you, like those manas, because they can be very dangerous if they get close to you.
Blue core is secure.
Anyway, it's a fairly short match, only about 10 minutes. Nearly over at this point. I'm getting a little antsy here because blue is controlling the power node at this point, and it's quite possible that if we dick around too long here and don't do some damage on their prime, that they could end up winning this, because they only have to hold the power node twice more to completion. If we haven't got those last 30 points off their core in that time, they're going to win. And as you can see, there's nobody making much of an attempt to take that power node back. But we are now doing damage on the core, and this is going to be just about it. So, got about another, I don't know. Yep, that's about it. Yep, have a good evening.